Hello and welcome. I wanted to talk about the lymphatic system. The lymphatic system is this carrier of waste throughout the body. It's sort of this liquid that has to move throughout to keep all the processes going. In order for the lymphatic system to move well, we have to move. It's the only system in the body that we need to help and assist to chug it along. Otherwise, it can sit a little dormant. So that's why if you sit for a long period of time and you maybe feel a little stiffness or stagnation, it's because of the lack of movements. Our bodies crave moving. They love movement, okay? And I say they as in all bodies love movement. So when we're kids, we move all the time. We're just bouncing around. We can't sit in our seats. We're just moving, 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 which is great. But then as we get a little bit older, we sort of feel like we deserve that little bit of rest. And rest is fine. It's if we rest too long, day after day after day, okay? Or if you do a long bout of activity and then nothing else for the rest of the day. So think of every system in your body. Your heart is pumping all the time. So we wouldn't just let it pump in the morning and then forget about it the rest of the day. Breathing consciousness. We want to be conscious of how we're breathing all throughout the day instead of just one part of the day. The same is true of the lymphatic system. It's reminding yourself to get up and do movements, maybe even just for 10 seconds at a time. It's just getting up and doing movement. So the lymphatic system we have lymph nodes all throughout our body, but you have a larger lymph nodes in different areas, under the arms, at the throat, at the groin, behind the knees. You have just ones that are a little bit larger. So we want to make sure that those are pumping well. So we're going to do activities in today's little movement segment where we're moving things along. Okay, and that looks like anything that's bouncing, jumping, hopping, skipping, walking, even with that little bit of vigor, is going to help chug things along. You can take any one of these and just do little 10-second segments throughout the day to just kickstart things. Another thing to know about this is that your lymph nodes, a majority of them, are from the neck up. So a third of the entire body is from the neck up. So those lymph nodes, if you can imagine when you're sleeping, are going to get a little clogged up in the upper body because when we sleep, fluids pool to the brain. The brain is an important part of our functions, right? So there's a little bit of pooling up there. So there's movements that we need to do to help assist this chugging so it doesn't stay stuck, okay? Lymph nodes just need a little gentle reminder. So if we went a little too hard, so say you were stimulating your skin, like there's a lymph node here on the inside of the elbow. So if your elbow was hurting a little bit, maybe throughout the day, you just give it a little bit of a rub. This little bit of a rub is just a reminder to move things along, or you could pump the elbow, okay? But sometimes that little bit of rub just has it go away. It's like passing it along. So think of your lymph node has a little flap. If you were to push too hard, the flap goes in the opposite way, and then the waste starts traveling in the opposite direction. So nothing we're going to do is going to do that today. But just keep that in mind, that we're trying to get an even flow of everything moving, chugging along, working happily within the body, which of course, if it's moving well, your body conserves energy, your immune system is more, lifted, and everything is just better. Okay, so that's why we're going to do this. You can take any one of these that we do and utilize it in your practice. You could do them all at the same time. I do these first thing in the morning as my heating up and getting the body going for the day, as well as having them throughout the day whenever I need them. So you're in charge of your body. You understand it better than anyone else, and you're going to be a good guide to know what your body needs. Another part of the lymph system is that if you do these and you start to feel a little nauseous, a little dizzy, that's just an indicator that there probably was a backup, like sewer. Think about a backup of sewer. Now that you all of a sudden ask it to move, it's not going to feel great at first. So you're always drinking your water, you're always feeling comfortable in your body, and you're always moving it to the degree you can. But this is something you could do every single day. And of course, we want to do it every day throughout the day, little tiny bouts, because this is what's going to be the help for you to keep a boosted immune system. Okay, so I'm going to stand up and we're going to get started. So the first thing that you could do, and I'm going to take my socks off here, is a little bit of a bounce off the heels. So you're just letting the bounce happen. So think of the feet are like a pump here, and you're just letting the arms go, and you're just bouncing. So your breath could either be puffed out or let out through the nose. Okay, so you're just letting go. Now, it looks silly, but I will say this is something that athletes do on a field when they're trying to warm up. This is how you get the body going. And this is something that if you're working all day or sitting all day, you get up, you just do this next to your computer for 10 to 20 seconds, you're good to go. Okay? Another movement is going to be, we're going to swing our leg. So we're swinging the leg where we're looking at the groin and this little bit of pump now up a little bit higher. And then I like to cross in front, left to right. Okay, so you could always hold on to a wall or hold on to a chair or a couch as you do this, so you can focus more on what's going on with the lymph and a little less on the balance. Let's do the other side. So you're just going to give a little swing. And let's try to nasal breathe. That's also going to help keep the blood cells oxygenated well. And as it's oxygenated well, the blood flow is going to flow much easier than being stagnant. So then we go across left to right. Beautiful. Let that go. Assess how you feel. Okay. Then we're going to take one foot back, and I'll do this sideways for you to see. Okay. You're going to get a little pump up and down of that back foot. So the front knee is going to be bent, and you're going to have this pump up and down. So if you're not used to this, you can go slow, but think of the foot like a pedal pumping. Then the hands are going to clap forward and back, forward and back. So now you're starting to move this up a little bit higher towards the underarms. Then the arms can clap higher and lower. And if you don't want to coordinate that, keep the foot down and just clap the arms. Okay? Then we're going to do the other side. So the other foot goes back. We're going to get this little bit of pump up and down on the heel. Okay, just like a pedal, you're pumping things, you're pumping the body. And then we clap. Maybe the arms go higher and lower. And if you're feeling like you don't love that bounce off the back heel and this at the same time, just work on the arms. Okay, we let that go. We ensure we're still breathing out of our nose. And then we're going to take the hands either to the shoulders. Well, let's all bring them to the shoulders. If that doesn't feel good, arms can be up. How about that? And then we'll just go side to side. Little bit of a swing. And let the breath move you. And we're just going to see if we can keep the hips somewhat forward during this. So not a full swing and twist with the legs. This is just upper body. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So just that nice freedom in the upper chest, upper back. This is a great one to do too if you're at your computer and you're just forward for too long. It gets the shoulder blades gliding, and then we let that go. And it's also like opening the windows of your lungs. Okay, we go back to fingertips on the shoulders, if that's okay, and we do circles with the elbows. So we swing them around in a way that we now are working these larger lymph nodes underneath the arms. So you can do anywhere between, like seconds, right? 10 to 20 seconds with these, or count 10 to 50 repetitions. Let's go the other direction. And then we let that go. And even higher, let's do the neck. Let's turn the head over each shoulder left to right. So this is a little bit quicker, but if you're not used to this with your neck, feel free to, move in a direction and a pace that works for you. And then that head comes back to center. So again, this could cause a lot of dizziness or nausea. We'll take another breath. So you could just end there. I'm going to show a couple of others. Sorry, I had a low battery there. A couple of others that may help. One is, can you bounce the leg behind you, getting this little bit of kicking? This is for that larger lymph node behind the knee if you want to add it. So it's a lot of coordination, hamstring work, and balance. So only add it if you like. So you're bouncing. Okay. And then the other thing you can add, if you like, is jumping jacks. So this, up and down. So not everyone likes that. So it could just be that you walk it open and closed. So again, think larger lymph nodes at the groin, larger lymph nodes of the arms, and going from there. Then you would pause, you take those breaths in and out of your nose, you assess, you feel this inner heat that you've built, this vitality, this, being in charge of you, getting this inner landscape moving, right? This inner part that we can't see. We just know that there's a connection there, and we get that all squared away. All right, hopefully that was helpful. Mwah.